Hello and welcome to this Battle Comics Review. Today we're going to be looking at the Goon Library Volume 1, created by Eric Powell. He's the writer and the illustrator. He also does the cover art, which is quite nice, as you can see. We've got a big picture of the Goon on the front and a few more scary faces behind them, I'm not going to deny. So I've covered the Goon a little bit on these videos, Once Upon a Hard Time, which was the latest in the series. And this is taking the Goon back to its origins. So it covers Volume 0 all the way up to Volume 3. Now, the art in it is quite interesting because what you get to see is, from Once Upon a Hard Time, this is Eric Powell at his height. I think he's been going for quite a long time, and his art has got stronger. But even from, I'd say, even from the words of Powell himself, he was a bit critical of himself earlier on. And you can see that there are certain things, even within the images of the pages that are going through, that are better than others, and that's something that obviously as a artist develops, they get better. Once you get to more accomplished, obviously your artwork's going to improve. Now, it's not to say that the artwork's bad. I think it's pretty good. I mean, he's quite scathing to himself, but personally, for myself, I think it's pretty good. But again, it's not as much as a show as what will come at a later date. So if you're interested in that sort of art, just flick through on the Once Upon a Hard Time review. It will show you, what things are like now. As you can see, some of the artwork on that top line is not quite as good as the Goon, the picture of the Goon. I mean, he looks great. So that's quite an interesting thing. But what you get from this is you get to see where the story starts. The stories themselves are great. It's basically the Goon taking on a host of zombies. Sounds quite good at this time of year. Just gone through Halloween, but it's, again, the thing which really pushes this series over the top is the fact it's funny. There's lots of action. It's completely mental, and again, that gives it that essence, that gives it that sort of panache feeling, and that's something that I don't think you can sometimes bottle up. And that's what's great about having a writer artist, is the fact that he knows what he wants and he can do everything perfectly to his own taste. And I do think that really does help to push the Goon along. I think many of you may know the Big Man Plans as well, which came out a few months ago, and that's got essence of the Goon in it. It's kind of the opposite way around. The Goon obviously is a bit of a monster. He's a huge guy, and again, you feel that physicality throughout the action, and that's something, again, that really does feel good. Now, if you're new to the Goon, you may want to flick onto the later series, just because if you really want to be tied in. But but this is a great place to start because it gives you that grounding. Also for those people who do like the Goon, you can't go wrong with this sort of edition, just because it is such a nice physical object to hold. So it's definitely worth picking up, in my opinion. As it's coming out from Dark Horse on the 11th of November 2015, so it's definitely something to do. It's something, if you feel, I don't know what I'm saying. So I'll finish off. Basically, get out and buy it. It's great. I love the Goon, and obviously once they bring out the further, hopefully if this one does well, they'll bring out the further libraries as well. So the series itself is continuing, I believe, and it's definitely not finished yet. So just keep on building up your clean collection, really. So thank you very much for watching. We're going to be back with some more, hopefully more regular comic updates. So I've been away for a while. So do keep an eye out. Thank you very much for watching, and good night.